Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Well as can be expected anyway. Hi, it's Bernard here with the latest Citizen vlog, and we're looking back at this, aren't we? Full match replay. Guess what I won't be re-watching on a full match replay. From that, I don't really need to be reminded of it. It was bad enough watching it the first time round, wasn't it? To be honest with you. So what are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about the 8th of March 2020. The Manchester derby, Manchester United versus Manchester City, 4:30 p.m. kickoff at Old Trafford or Old Scaffold or the Swamp or whatever you want to like to call it. Obviously, we had the old wonderful Mr. Mike Dean in charge. We get him a lot, don't we, in these derby games? Right, so we're going to be talking about that. We'll have a few talking points at the end of this about the match and a few various things. I'll touch on it during the brief highlights of the match. I'm not going to go over the top today, unfortunately. Unfortunately or fortunately, whichever way you look at it. Quick Pep Watch. Obviously, look at Stuart Brennan's player ratings. Look at a little bit on Twitter, not much on Twitter. A couple of things on Twitterverse that are quite interesting. There's a lot of fallout as you'd expect last night, but we'll not worry about that. And obviously, we'll have a look forward to the rearranged Arsenal game on Wednesday evening at the Etihad, 7:30 p.m. kickoff. Make sure you're there. I mean, there'll be a few people after yesterday. I'll be perhaps not turning up for that, but come on, make the effort. Anyway, let's get on with like yesterday. The team, first of all. Well, Ederson, Cancelo, Otamendi, Ferner, Zinchenko, Rodri, Gundogan, Foden, Bernardo, Sterling, Aguero, subs Bravo, Walker, Jesus, Silva, Mendy, Mahrez and Garcia. The fallout on Twitter, a quick look. Obviously, there's a lot of positives about Foden playing and a lot of people saying, come on, man, it's, the derby game, City fan, you go for it, mate, and all this sort of thing, which is fair enough. Very disappointed, obviously, KDB didn't even make the bench, so I was fairly sure he would play. I was fairly sure Pep was playing games with how bad things were. But sadly, and that did put a dampener on it for me anyway, as a team. I did worry and hope, I did sort of say before, and I'd be happy with a draw, to be honest with you, based on KDB not playing. And certainly seeing the team he's put out there, which didn't overly inspire me, to be honest with you. But we trust in Pep, don't we? So we hopefully know what he's doing. Yeah. Another comment, obviously, was probably our slowest back four and two midfielders against one of the pacey counter-attacking team in Manchester United. So that was a bit of a downer. But yeah, it didn't inspire me, the team. But hey, it's my club, it's my team, so you've got to go with it, haven't you? Let's go rush through the game a little bit. I mean, the first 20 minutes were pretty much all City, weren't they? Had a couple of near errors from ourselves. I mean, on 3 minutes, Zinchenko played a wayward back pass that just almost put, I think, Martial through, but it was first of a couple of good Cancelo cutouts where he managed to get the better of Martial. But we don't know what Zinchenko was doing there. And same again, Gundogan on 5 minutes had a similar sort of thing. A really poor pass put them through, and Cancelo again pulled us out of the mire. And the first chance came on 9 minutes, the first chance for City. And it did well with Aguero did really well. Unfortunately, he had one of his quieter games yet again, as did most players, unfortunately. But obviously, Aguero did well, and Sterling pulled a save from De Gea, which wasn't too bad. At least, as I said, I'm happy with the hitting the target. At least Sterling hit the target, which was good to see. And the first chance for United came on 15 minutes. But James, a poor finish from James. He had a good chance, but obviously Ederson was easily coped with James's effort. 23 minutes. Otamendi, I was a bit worried about him all the time. He seemed to be getting left exposed against James one-on-one too many times. And Otamendi, for some reason now his new tactic is to just stand his ground, and if the ball hits him and we get away with it, fair enough. If it doesn't, we're in trouble. So that seems to be his style of defending at the moment. So it did worry me a lot, and obviously we know Otamendi's going to give fouls away. 27, nothing came of that anyway on 23 minutes. Martial beat Fernandinho, which he's a good player. Martial is done 27 minutes, but again, another poor finish. United, we're doing what we were doing. I think Ole was a bit upset, and just straight at Ederson again, who obviously ate it up, absolutely no problem. We get back to the referee. I mentioned him earlier, didn't we, Mike Dean? Ferner got a yellow card. I mean, he got a yellow card for complaining, I think, about the the free kick that he didn't look as though he was giving, did he? I mean, Gundogan seemed to get the ball. Even watching it now, I've watched it many times, and I'm not going to go back and watch the full thing, but I've watched it on snippets on social media, and I don't know what happened, but it looks as though Gundogan got the ball, but obviously Mike Dean didn't want anything to do with it. He just didn't. He just looked away. He didn't shake his head, didn't do anything, and the next minute he brought it back for the free kick. So obviously Fernandinho got a booking for that, but obviously we know from last week where we got a corner that shouldn't have been a corner against Villa. Perhaps that free kick shouldn't have been a free kick. We were dozing, high line, dink over, and I don't know. I mean, as I said, you can only ask Martial to hit the target. He hit the target. Unfortunately, Mr. Edison, brain fart, just weak hand, weak, pathetic hand to his right. Absolutely dreadful goal. I've seen De Gea let those in against us, so in recent years at Old Trafford. So it was poor from Edison. Obviously, it wasn't going to get much better for our keeper, was it? Yesterday, that was. I'm going to blame Edison. I'm going to blame a static defence. Obviously, we weren't quick enough. We weren't clever enough, and obviously Edison has to take the ultimate blame for really he should have done a lot better. And that give United a bit of encouragement. That was 29 minutes. I give United a little bit of encouragement. I mean, Zinchenko have been pretty bang average. Wan-Bissaka was even taking the mick of poor Zinchenko and leaving him on his bum sort of thing. 41 minutes. Fred was booked for diving, but on replay it looked as though it should have been a penalty again. He was caught, wasn't he? So it was Otamendi again. But obviously VAR, I don't know what VAR does at Old Trafford and Anfield. It never seems to put dotted lines and various things on in VAR at Old Trafford, unless it's against City. If it's ever anything for City, we'll go on to that in a minute. But the VAR, did you not spot Otamendi caught Fred? So at least take the yellow card back. And I mean, it was just clumsy at best. So again, we got away with that one, didn't we? So we went in at half time 1-0 down. I did say we should have been 2 or 3 down. United were far better, more clinical. We had a lot of possession, which we did throughout the game. Half time, you thought obviously James was terrifying me playing against Otamendi. Foden, absolutely non-existent virtually on the wing. I mean, dreadful. Sterling was his normal Sterling self we've come so used to since about November time when he's been playing. Sergio was so isolated, unable to do anything. Zinchenko, I mean, you could go through the old team. Zinchenko, defensively, he wasn't asked to do anything, I don't think. I don't think Pep informed him he needed to be defensive. I think he was just always up the pitch, and it was left to Otamendi to cover all the time. And Edison, yeah, he let the poor goal. He let a poor goal. So at half time, you could probably pick on all the players, but I've isolated certain ones there. So we had to do better. I did comment on Twitter. We've got to do better the second half. Surely it can't be any worse than that. But we'll see. 47 minutes, we had the offside goal from Aguero. Again, this is the thing where I think the problem with stuff like VAR is I think the linesman had already flagged, and I'm fairly sure the referee may have even blown his whistle, but obviously Sergio went on and scored the goal. You can see De Gea would he have saved it normally under normal circumstances? He thought Aguero was onside. I don't know, but it proved, we saw some dotted lines, but there was nothing significant. I mean, I think he was showing his armpit offside or his shoulder, but I mean, it didn't sort of link in with the United player's shoulder at the bottom of the screen. So again, on VAR, I have no idea how VAR works at places like Old Trafford where they don't have replays, etc. But certainly Sky and the TV don't. If it's against City, they don't go in. They go into great detail and draw the dotted lines. If City gets something, if it goes against City. Or if City score, obviously VAR doesn't seem to be. It seems to be pulled out and show where it's wrong. If it's the opposite, if City would gain the benefit, we don't seem to. I don't know. It just never seems to happen. I'm totally confused by VAR. I think we all, and we just give up on it. I think most of us, haven't we? I think we just give up on what's going on. But yeah, obviously, great. He took it well. Obviously, Sturgeon at the target, but it didn't count, did it? So it doesn't matter really. A minute later, we had had Edison doing his Edison again. I mean, he lost control. Martial dived in and hurt himself on the post, but fortunately Edison recovered in time to get the ball away, but very nearly give another second goal away. 56 minutes. I thought Ian Brightwell had come on the pitch. I mean, Foden moved more central. He had a great shot. He wasn't perhaps as far out as Ian Brightwell. You remember that cracking goal he scored at Old Trafford? But yeah, he made De Gea work. It's probably rising a little bit, but similar, you know, it would have been nice to see that going to the top of net from Foden, who was playing a little bit better in the middle. We had the first 2 subs on 58 minutes, which is early, isn't it, for Pep? He doesn't usually make them that early. Mahrez and Jesus came on for Aguero and Bernardo. Why Bernardo? I know Bernardo wasn't being very effective, but I would have pulled Sterling, to be honest with him, and jigged it around a bit, put Bernardo in a bit more dangerous position. Pep made I just don't agree with Pep's decision there. He's sticking with Sterling when it's obviously not working. And when it did happen, I thought, well, perhaps Sterling will do something for us, but there you go. Aguero immediately had an ice pack put on his knee, so that's not the greatest sign, is it, for Aguero? There, he had his ice pack on Aguero's knee. 60 minutes, he had a reasonable chance. Otamendi header, but as Otamendi, they do go in sometimes, but most of the time they go over the top. And could he have done better? Perhaps he could have done a little better. We had a couple of speculative shots again. I think Foden had another speculative shot, but nothing fantastic. We weren't dominating. We were 1-0 down, but we weren't dominating possession, but we weren't dominating in the box. 74 minutes, Sterling misses from a good Mahrez move down the right. Still, I don't know, it looked as though he could have put it in. I don't know. We didn't see many replays of it. We never do we? When it's something where City could have scored. I thought Sterling, I think a more positive on form, Sterling may have done better with it, but he missed it totally, and it ended up with Jesus, who at least made De Gea do some work, and United cleared for it. But that was probably the biggest chance we had in the second half, to be honest with you. That was 74 minutes. But some good work from Mahrez, so perhaps we should have seen Mahrez a bit earlier, I don't know. But Sterling, we don't get many. We didn't get many in the box again, did we? We didn't dominate. We didn't get numbers in the box, so all we had was Sterling, and I don't know. I'd like to see it again a bit more clearer, but I've not been able to watch that back. And it looks as though he could have done better, but I just don't know. Sterling's in that mood, isn't he? 76 minutes, we had Mendy for Zinchenko. Again, it livened things up a little bit. Mendy looked a bit more effective. We had another weak Sterling shot, and that's all we can say these days, isn't it? With Sterling on 89 minutes. And then I'd already wrote up that we'd lost 1-0. I think 2 players went down on about 94 minutes, and it took about 2 minutes before play started again. And I thought, well, he's not going to play another 2 minutes. He's going to play a minute, but obviously had the farcical Edison thing at the end where it didn't look anything, did it? And I could see he was playing it out, but it was, I don't know, I can't remember. I can't even remember who City played. There's 2 City players on the left. He was playing it out to one of them, but I don't even know the guys. McTominay, is it? I don't know. But he took it well, took the goal well. But again, Edison, absolutely desperate, and it was 2-0, so it made a bad 1-0 into a shocking 2-0. My little comment at the end of the game, I just wrote one word: embarrassing, and that's what I felt for City. I felt a little bit embarrassed. Talking points. Yes, this is an ordinary United. It is an ordinary United that's improving, but unfortunately, City have been far too ordinary themselves far too often this season. So people are saying, how can we get beat by an ordinary United? But yeah, an ordinary City can be beaten. We've seen it time and time again. That's 7 league games we've lost. And yes, that was another ordinary performance from City. We'll go on to Pep in a minute and his opinion. But yeah, it is a bang average United team, but at least it's an bang average United team. We know it's a derby. I'm not going to say City players weren't up for it. I think they did try. I think the problem is we're relying on people like Zinchenko, who's hardly played a competitive game, to come into a game like this and do something. And it's unfair on Zinchenko. Pep's asking too much. Pep, if you're not going to play these guys and then all of a sudden you expect them to turn up for big games like this, similarly with Phil Foden, he turned up last week. Villa were a different prospect to Manchester United. Phil Foden played really well last week, but you expect him to turn up after not playing for most of the season. You expect to turn up for a big game like this, pressuring that we know he gets nervous. He got nervous last week. His nerves are going to be all over the place. You ask him to play perhaps in a role where he's not as involved. Perhaps he should have been more central. I'm not too sure, but this is Pep. This is at Pep's door. He expects players who haven't been playing week in, week out to all of a sudden turn up for a big game like yesterday. And yeah, I'm not going to have a downer on the players. I thought the players did okay for what they are, but again, Rodri and Gundogan in the middle. I mean, there's no legs. I mean, there's no battle. There's no fight in those guys when we're playing an average, when we're playing Aston Villa or no disrespect to those or a Watford. I mean, playing against United with that added little edge at Old Trafford, you've got to add a little bit more. And yes, we have done well at Old Trafford. We beat them in the cup this season. I don't think it was a much too dissimilar team. And obviously, we missed things like KDB. We don't have that. We don't have David Silva on the pitch. So, yeah, I'm not going to slag Zinchenko particularly in folding off because at the end of the day, they're being asked to play in games. Cancelo's exactly the same. Cancelo's hardly played. I mean, why Walker didn't start this game, I have no idea whatsoever. Cancelo, again, is thrown in at the deep end, and he did okay for some of the game. But, again, people are criticising. But I'm sorry, I think all the blame lays with Pep, actually. I think he asks players to do things in big games that, that they're not really prepared for. The professionals, they're well paid, of course they are, but no, I'm sorry, Pep. I think you're wrong throwing these players in and expecting things in these sort of games. With no leaders on the pitch, certainly not without KDB, there's nobody yesterday, was there? You name someone who was G'ing the team up, absolutely zero, absolutely nothing. And you need leaders in games like this. We just don't have any. We certainly didn't have any on the pitch yesterday, and that's very, very disappointing. Some people said it meant more to United. Yeah, it probably did mean more to United, and that's. But as to the fans, it means a lot to us, doesn't it? I mean, I'm a bit disappointed. I still am disappointed, and as I said, the word embarrassed come into it, and I am embarrassed. And yeah, I'm a cross between. I'm not one of these happy clappers. Oh well, we're still 12 points clear. Yeah, we can think of the positives, but that's not the point, is it? I mean, when we were rubbish, I used to just want a good performance from City. But when we're okay, I mean, it's not that we're not the greatest team, but we should have put in an okay performance. I would have been quite happy with the draw yesterday. So I was a little bit embarrassed by it, and all credit to United. They did what they had to do, and I think they would have cheered when they saw that team that we put out yesterday. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would wet himself with excitement. I just don't think it was good enough what we did yesterday. I mean, the stats of the game, 28%. This sort of says it all, really. 28% for United, 72% for City. But look at the shots: 12 from United, 6 on target. Only 7 from City, 4 on target. We just don't get numbers in, and we didn't look anything like anything going forward. We were pretty, we were bang average to say the least. Fouls are pretty even: 11 by United, 9 by us. Yellow cards. Again, Mike Dean, we ended up with 4 yellow cards to United's 2, which is just ridiculous, really. Corners, 2 for United, 11 for us. We nearly scored from 1 or 2. Perhaps we had a chance from 1 or 2. And saves, both De Gea and Ederson made 4 saves. The player ratings, let's have a look at the player ratings before we just do the quick Pep Watch. Stuart Brennan, here we go. Ederson, poor attempt to save Martial's effort and handed the Reds a second. He's giving 3 out of 10. I give Ederson a 4 out of. These are some of my worst marks today. I give Ederson a 4 out of 10. I thought he's one of his, possibly his worst game ever. He's had some dodgy ones, but that's probably his worst game ever. Cancelo, aggressive and attack-minded throughout, and his pace was important on more than one defensive occasion. Just give Cancelo a 7. I'm not going to give many players more than a 6 today. I'm just going to give him a bog standard 6. I thought he started well, but like the rest of the team, as a team, I don't think we did it. Fernandinho seemed to have the game in the cushion of his instep until the United goal, but still kept his head. He'd give Fernandinho a 7. Again, I'll stick with a 6. I'm sorry. Nicholas Otamendi, lucky to escape a penalty shout for yet another clumsy lunge at Fred, vulnerable throughout. And just give Otamendi a 3. But again, he's been asked to play certain things, and his style is, we know his style now with Otamendi, don't we? Stand up and hopefully he gets the ball. If he doesn't, we're in trouble. And that seems to be how he plays defensively now. And Pep must know that. I give him a 5.5. So just less than average, really. Stuart only give him a 3. I'm not going to be over the top. Zinchenko, fine when City were in control, but started giving the ball away too easily. 5. Yeah, I mean, we could have started with 8 or 9 players yesterday instead of 11 because of some of the players now they were playing. So I give Zinchenko a 5. Stuart's given him a 5 as well. Bernardo Silva, industrious and clever at times, but his match-changing ability has been in short supply lately. So he's given him a 6, Bernardo. Yeah, just pretty I like Bernardo, but I'm just going to give him a 5. Yes, I just thought he lacked for a player that he is. He should have been involved more, in my opinion. Rodri fought valiantly to gain control in a packed midfield, but his game also suffered as the pressure mounted. He's given him a 6. Give Rodri a 6. Yeah, I'll give Rodri a 6 as well. But again, he's there, isn't he? But is he doing anything impressive? Probably not. Ilkay Gundogan pieced things together well in City's better moments, but not enough of them. So give him a 6, Gundogan. Again, I give him a 5.5. I forgot he was playing half the time again and again. He made silly little passes that people seem to forget and stick up for Gundogan, but he makes some silly passes to wrong passes to people. I give him a 5.5. Stuart, give him a 6. Phil Foden set up Sterling for the first real chance he did and tested De Gea, but struggled when central. Yeah, I think he struggled more on the wing, actually. I mean, he was asked to come inside and it was perhaps too late for him to get involved. He's give Foden 5. I'm going to have to agree with that. I'm going to give Foden 5 as well. Aguero started well, Maguire, nutmeg and Shaw robbery, but grew out the game. So, yeah, he's given him a 6, Aguero. Again, not enough for me. He did start 5 or 10 minutes. He didn't get any support, did he? So I am going to give him 5. Probably a bit mean. I probably could have given him 5.5. But as I said, my starting score is very low. And after that team performance, it's not going to get much higher. Raheem Sterling could not find a way past Wan-Bissaka and was inches short of turning in an equaliser from Mahrez. Yeah, I'd have to watch that back, but I give Sterling a 4. I think Stuart's been generous with a 5. I thought Sterling was absolutely awful again, and I don't know how we get out of that. I don't know how we improve him. We keep playing him and he keeps being awful, so I just do not know. Gabriel Jesus, he's marked him a 6. He came on, obviously. He's given him a 6. Yeah, I'm going to give Jesus a 6. I don't disagree with that. Riyad Mahrez brought a threat. Stuart's given him a 7. Yeah, I'll give him a 6. So I might push to 6.5, but yeah, at least we did have a little bit of a threat when he come on, but too little. He's not scored Mendy. I thought Mendy did okay, actually, for the time he was on. I mean, he was only on for 10 or 15 minutes, but yeah, I scored Mendy 6 just as that's a good score for players today, isn't it? A 6. So I scored Mendy a 6 as well. So I don't know what you think. Did you totally agree or disagree with me there? I mean, it was disappointing, wasn't it? And overall, as a team, we're bordering 5.5 as a team. But as I said, too many players have to do too many things that they're not used to doing, and there's no consistency. You can't just bring players in for games like this and expect them to turn it on. Possession, yeah, that's 72% possession, but did we do anything with it? Absolutely not a lot. Pep, yeah, I mean, he was asked. He was positive about his team, wasn't he? He said we perhaps needed to be more aggressive, and Edison's extraordinary. He was defending his players, which is absolutely fair enough, and he'll be better next game. Let's hope he's better next game. Some people are asking for Bravo to play on Wednesday. Pep said we played really well. I did say on Twitter, if we play like that against Madrid in 10 or 11 days' time, would he say we played really well? He's obviously defending his team, but I think a lot of the blame, if we had to rate Pep today, which I'm not, I would rate him very lowly. I think he asked too much of certain players. We missed a little bit in the final third. Yes, Pep, we did miss a bit in the final third. He was satisfied with the performance. It's difficult against 7-8 players at the back. I thought United played well at the back. I thought they did what they had to do, and we knew exactly how United would play at the back. But did we have any pace or legs in the middle to actually open them up, or the player to open them up with no KDB and David Silva playing? I don't know. I don't know. Did he think we'd just fluke a goal somewhere along the line? I don't know. He was frustrated by a question about motivation. You could see his head in his hands and rubbing his head, etc. But he did deny the opponent was better. But yesterday, I think the opponent was better. I think United were a better team yesterday, and that's painful to say as a City fan. Of course it is, and we have been there a long, long time. We've seen some good times, haven't we? We've seen, sadly, so much bad times. But yeah, we are above them in the league. Of course, yeah, we're going to finish above them for the 6th season in a trot or something. I don't know how many seasons we've finished above them. This is the first time they've done a double over us for what? 10 years, is it, since Fergie was there? So, but Ollie's not a good manager, is he? We shouldn't be allowing that to happen. So, very disappointed with that performance yesterday. We're still 7 points clear in second place. United now 5th, 3 points behind Chelsea. And the worrying thing is Liverpool are literally 6 points away from the title, which means, depending on how things pan out, they could win the title at the Etihad, couldn't they? Just about finish our season out, wasn't it, for us fans? You know, as I say, I'm halfway between the happy clappy. I remember York away, and we should be grateful and all this crap to the guys who saying sack Pep tomorrow. I'm middle ground between those two things. I'll take each game as it comes. And yesterday, I think we were very disappointing, and for Liverpool to win the title at our ground will be very disappointing, whether they deserved it or not. They've not been great this year. And unfortunately, like I said, some teams have not been great and beaten City because they've not had to be that great. And the same with Liverpool. If you take the season as a whole, they've not had to be great. They've done what they've had to do, and they have been very, very successful at what they do. But they've not had to be fantastic. They've not had to look over the shoulder because we've not really launched any sort of challenge, unfortunately, for one reason or another. Right, just a quick look on Twitter. I mean, Stuart Brennan was talking about the early in the week about the Juve chairman and how teams like Atalanta shouldn't be allowed in the Champions League, and absolutely disgraceful. I mean, he obviously didn't say that in those words, but obviously the attitude of these people on UEFA is absolutely shocking. How Atalanta, you know, how can you deny teams like that who's really played really well? I've watched Atlanta a couple of times. Obviously, you know, played City, and I've kept an eye on them, and they've scored a lot of goals and been entertaining. And for people like people on UEFA boards and big teams trying to say shouldn't be in competitions like the Champions League, that just says it all. Really, it's absolutely pathetic. Sean Golter, the nice thing, he's launching the Sean Golter International Academy, helping young Bermudians achieve their dreams. So if you're interested in that, at official S Golter, please. That sounds wonderful. And Mike Devlin at Blue Wolf 1894. Yes, he's been putting together a 9320 book. He's been doing this for a while now, and I believe he did comment, for those who are interested and those who are not, because that's Mike's sort of humour, 9320 is on the final stretch. Stay tuned. So please, we'll keep a lookout for that, and I'll of course stick up and promote that when Mike gets it out there in the world. But good old Mike. Yeah, good job. I think he's done a good job under special circumstances as well. If you know Mike and if you know anything about Mike Devlin, etc. So all credit to him. Let's look forward to that anyway. City Chief on Twitter. Again, I hated this stat when I saw it yesterday before the game, and it was obviously come out after the game. At City_Chief. City stats. Manchester City have never lost a Premier League game in March under Pep Guardiola. Their last defeat in that month came in 2016 against Manchester United. So, yeah, I really love that. I think it's to do with BBC Sport. That I really love those sort of stats, and I just knew it was going to come and bite us in the bum, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, Stuart Brennan's headline for his player ratings yesterday was a couple of stinkers, no stonkers in the FC player ratings. Can't disagree with that. So, yeah, let's get off United. We're disappointed. City, we'll get back. We'll come back, won't we? I mean, I don't have to face too many United fans, fortunately. I mean, I have done in my career. I've had awful times of having to face Manchester United, certainly in the when we were absolute bobbins. So I do escape that. But I do feel sorry for all the City fans who've had to go and work or wherever today and face that. But hey, we're built of stern stuff, aren't we? And, you know, even on Twitter, I must admit, I don't usually bother, but there's a United fan who commented about something this morning. I did actually say something. I should be grown up and not react, but sometimes I do. So anyway, I can't grow up gracefully, can I? Right, on to Wednesday. Rearranged match, haven't we? Got a rearranged 7:30 kickoff. Please, whatever you do, try and get there. I dread to think what the crowd is going to be again now. This is, you know, I was disappointed with the West Ham crowd for whatever reason. I know people can't change plans, etc., but please do your best to get there on Wednesday night for the Arsenal game. We need you there, don't we? So that's the 11th of March, 2020. I mean, we've not had a home game for a month, have we? I know we've got 3 or 4 coming up now quite quickly, but we've not had a home game since the 9th of February, so please get there. Obviously, I managed to see my team at Wembley last week, but get there anyway. You know, please, if you can, whatever you do, if you can, please get there. And if you've not got a season, you know, a regular goer, please go, and there'll be tickets available on the website, etc. So please get there if you can. That's my plea to you all. Previously, obviously, 15th of December this season, obviously we beat Arsenal 3-0. A very unimpressive Arsenal. I look back at my little chat about it. Paul Tierney was the referee. We were 3-0 by half time, weren't we? KDB very close to a hat-trick. He did score 2 great goals and certainly got man of the match. But we started really well, and then we pulled on an early goal, and then by half time we were 3-0 up and the game was over, and we comfortably won that game. That's that. Well, I do like the Arsenal programme's okay. The bit I liked about the Arsenal programme was the little thing on Brian Kidd was fantastic. Obviously, links with both clubs, so that was a great family picture, wasn't it, for Brian Kidd? And the thing I like about they have a kids thing at the end that they can pull out. You know me, I don't like wrecking programmes, so I'm not going to pull it out and have a look at it. But I like a couple of the away programmes I've that in. There's some nice history stuff in it. It's not one of the greatest programmes, the Arsenal, but it's okay. Yeah, I mean, when we played them last at the Etihad, that was 3rd of February 2019, so a little while ago, obviously just over a year ago, wasn't it? And again, it was a hat-trick that time, wasn't it? It was a Sergio Aguero hat-trick. Unai Emery was in charge. He was in charge for the other Arsenal game, wasn't he? Obviously, they got Mr. Arteta now. That'd be interesting to see Pep versus Arteta. So, yeah, Sergio Aguero scored in this one with the hat-trick, another comfortable 3-1 victory. Our record at home is pretty close, actually. We played 91 league games at home against Arsenal, won 35 and lost 34, so very close from drawing the other 22. And goals for against are close as well, 134 against 131. Obviously, overall, Arsenal have a much better thing. Obviously, they pretty much destroyed us at Highbury, didn't they, in the old days? Obviously, not so good, not so great at the Emirates, but yeah, I mean, so at home anyway, we are pretty even. So we could do with another little win to increase that lead a little bit. We first met in 1893-94. Yeah, I've been doing my Citizen Pass vlogs, and Arsenal are cropping up a few times there. And obviously, they're one of the big teams from London that used to come up all the time. There's been 11 doubles achieved over them and 24 conceded. So we've got a chance to make that 12 doubles, haven't we? The last home draw was 2-2 in 15-16, so it's not that long ago. And the last home defeat was a 2-0 defeat, but the season before, back in 14-15. So we've not gone far back there to see how we can get beaten. They've just beaten West Ham, but in all fairness, West Ham probably were the better team. They had more chances than Arsenal. And perhaps a 78th minute Lacazette goal won it for Arsenal, but I think West Ham will feel a bit unhappy not to get at least a draw or victory there at the Emirates. They've lost the last 6 league games away. Arsenal have drawn 0-0 with Burnley, drawn 2-2 with Chelsea, drawn 1-1 with Palace, drawn 1-1 with Bournemouth, drawn 0-0 with Everton, and they lost 3-1 at West Ham. So the last 5 games they've drawn away from home. So let's hope that's, we need more than a draw, don't we? And the away, I mean, obviously they're lying 9th overall in the league. Well, they are 12th on the away table, so their away form isn't fantastic, probably because of all those draws. They played 13, won 2, drawn 8, and lost 3 of those 13. So, betting City 1-3 on, the draws 5-1 and 8-1 for Arsenal to win. And for the first goal scorer, well, Aguero's down here, but obviously he's doing that ice pack on his knee. He might be doubtful. He's 14-5, and Jesus is 72, second favourite. For Arsenal there, first scorer is 7-1. Aubameyang. Is that Aubameyang? Is that how you pronounce it? He's their best rated to score at 7-1 anyway. So yeah, Arteta versus Pep. It'll be interesting to see, won't it? We'll see how that goes. I mean, we need to win this, don't we? Let's be honest about it. We need a win. Having said that, if we get beat and then United beat Liverpool win their next game, that's the title, isn't it? So say they've already won it by the time they come to ours, but it's depressing all around today, isn't it? But yeah, I used the word embarrassing before, didn't I? So yeah, yeah, we should beat Arsenal, shouldn't we? But playing like that, hopefully KDB will feature in some way. But he's not been on the bench yesterday. Laporte again. When's Laporte coming back? We should beat Arsenal, but there's no guarantees, and we're going to have to put up a better performance than what we did yesterday. That's for sure. And Pep's going to have to come up with something, isn't he? He's going to have to stop asking players all of a sudden to perform wonders when he's not consistently picked them in the first place. I think that's part of the problem. Yeah, his team yesterday was a bit uninspiring. I think before the game, I'm not talking hindsight, I was a bit uninspired with it. I think United would have been happy with that yesterday. Anyway, thanks for watching this. I'll be back on Thursday anyway with a look back at the Arsenal game. We'll look forward then to the Burnley game, isn't it? The Burnley game after that, another home game. Please, if you spot me out and around, I don't know what I'm doing on Wednesday. I don't know how early I'll be there. But if you do spot me out and around in my little hat and my little beanie, I don't know what it's called. My little anyway. If you do recognise me, I usually wear my contact lenses, so I won't have glasses on. But please come and say hello if you do recognise me. If I see anyone that I'm familiar with, I keep missing people these days that I want to see. I never seem to spot them. So please, I know I'll be walking up to Mary D's probably actually for one. So if I'll be walking around near the main entrance and then up to Mary D's. So I'll have a stroll around and please say hello if you do see me. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Please, I've got a couple of catch-up things. We've got the March 1992 on the City Pass vlogs. And over the next few days, please, the next 3 or 4 days, I'll be releasing part 4 of City's history, the 125-year history. So please, which looks at the war years up to 1923-24. So please have a look out for that. Move to a ground called Main Road. I don't know, can't remember that place now. That features the first season at Main Road and obviously moving from Hyde Road. So part 4 will be out in the next few days. So please keep your eyes on for that. And follow me on Twitter for all things City and all things movies. If you know me, I've got my little movies and board games and posters, my little business, moviegamenostalgia.com. So if you follow me on Facebook at Bernard Deneen with links to moviegamenostalgia.com, follow me on there. I'm on Twitter at nostalgia_movie for all things City and all things movies. So please follow me on there. I try and follow everyone back. And that's it. If you're not subscribed, please push that subscribe on. Thumbs up. It's always great. It's nice to get thumbs up. Please send it just split second to get the thumbs up. All the links are below to different playlists and my Citizen Pass vlogs, etc., etc. And any City current you want to remember the wonderful Real Madrid victory or the Aston Villa victory, please check that out. And when we're a bit more happy, weren't we? But there we go. Onwards and upwards. City till we die. Anyway, whatever you're going to do with the rest of the day, have a great one. Make sure you put in the comments below what you think and your thoughts on the game yesterday. Look after yourself. Look after your friends, and more importantly, look after your family. And I will see you all again on Thursday, hopefully. This is Bernard saying thanks for watching. Come on, City. Upwards and onwards. Let's put this on the back burner now and get on with the rest of the season. Let's win 1 or 2 more cups. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.